Okay, let me start by asking you this. What if I told you that a single wildfire could erase entire neighborhoods, trap thousands in their cars, and create its own weather system, all while the world barely blinks? That's not a sci-fi movie. That's what's happening right now in British Columbia. Let me unpack why this isn't just another news story about flames and evacuations, but a terrifying case study in how unprepared we are for the climate chaos already here. /n/n first, the numbers alone should chill you. Over 20,000 people displaced. 100 plus wildfires burning. Homes reduced to ash in hours. But here's what the headlines aren't screaming loud enough. This fire moved so fast that emergency crews had to abandon their own command center. Imagine being the guy in charge of saving people, only to realize you have to flee for your life while directing operations from a traffic-jammed highway. That's not incompetence, it's the new reality when disasters outpace our ability to react. /n/n Now, let's dissect the why here. The article mentions explosive conditions, but what does that really mean? It means this fire generated its own lightning, its own weather system. That's not just intense, it's a textbook sign of a pyrocumulonimbus event, where a blaze becomes so hot it creates thunderstorms. This isn't just a fire anymore, it's a self-sustaining apocalypse. And yet, we're still surprised every year when this happens. /n/n What fascinates me, and terrifies me, is how this mirrors a bigger pattern. BC averages 1,600 wildfires yearly. 1,600. But this isn't just a Canadian problem. Look at Greece, Hawaii, Australia. The same story: drier fuels, hotter winds, communities built in the path of inevitable destruction. And yet, we keep rebuilding. Why? Because we're psychologically wired to think it won't happen to me until it does. Just ask that woman who fled with 5 dogs, unsure if her home exists anymore. /n/n Here's the uncomfortable truth many avoid: this isn't just about climate change. It's about policy failure. The article mentions Trump threatening tariffs over smoke. Tariffs. As if you can tax your way out of a continent-wide environmental collapse. It's political theater masking the real issue. Governments still treat wildfires like random accidents, not the predictable result of 30 years of inaction. Declaring a state of emergency is reactive, not proactive. Where were the evacuation drills? The firebreak planning? They're hard conversations about which communities are unsustainable. /n/n And let's talk about that 20,000 number again. 20,000 people displaced. That's not a statistic, it's a logistical nightmare. Hotels filled. Roads gridlocked. Pets left behind. Now factor in how this disproportionately impacts the elderly, the poor, the vulnerable. Disasters don't discriminate, but survival outcomes. They tell a different story. /n/n What's next? The article ends with officials warning other towns could burn. But here's my take: this isn't a could. It's a when. The question isn't whether BC will face more fires, it's whether we'll finally start treating this as the systemic crisis it is. Or will we keep hitting refresh on the same cycle of panic, evacuate, and forget? Personally, I'm betting on the latter. Because as gripping as this footage is, the real firestorm is the one we're ignoring until it's too late.